So if you're a direct sales or network marketing business owner and you want to know how you can effectively promote what you do to really get more people paying attention, raising their hand, saying, yeah, I want to know more about that interests me, then hopefully I can help you achieve that in this training video. I've been doing this a long time, helped a lot of people with their promotions, including my own. So let's just dive in. In fact, real quick before we do that, if you like my style of training, I'm pretty direct, practical, to the point, you enjoy this video, or if you're listening on the podcast, you can go over to the link that's up here in the corner or in the description area on YouTube, or it's in the description area on the podcast. That's where you can join my free Facebook group. I give loads of bonus trainings, resources, MP3s, PDF, checklists, live sessions. It's all spam free. No one else is allowed to promote in there. So it's all focused on you getting results. It's about 1,500 fellow network marketers in there. You're welcome to join. It's entirely free. So let's dive in getting better results in terms of your promotions in your direct sales business. So I've got some notes. Let's just crack on. First thing, focus more on what it does, not what it is. So many network marketers are listing like this ingredient, this feature, this is how much money can be made, this is the comp plan, we've got the best business, the best product in the world. No one pays attention to that. You know why? Everybody else is saying it too. No one comes out and says, we're kind of middle of the road, you could probably do better in another 5 companies, do they? So our industry is not a secret. It's not small. The people you know, the people you're going to know, they've seen the type of approach you're thinking is going to work 100 times over. They get it in their inbox and on their newsfeed every day. So if you're trying to promote the same as everybody else, don't expect a different result. What you've really got to do is answer the questions in when it's promotion. Well, why you and why now? If they're looking at a product or they're looking at an opportunity particularly, they go, well, why this person, why this opportunity, and why now? Because if you can't effectively raise curiosity in those areas in your promotions, they're not really going to take action. It's just another case of scrolling past to the next. So start to look more about what it does, not what it is. If I give you an example of that. So when I first learned this rule, I was promoting very much the way that I said, and I would try and sort of stretch the truth, talk about all these big results and things, and it wasn't working. Then I came to the conclusion that let me just talk about something that's done for me that was very beneficial. So I remember the first time I got a little bit of commission in my network marketing business, and I was able to not have to work a Sunday. For the first time in ages, I've been working 7 days a week and I didn't have to. So I put a post out there on social media, which was promotional, and I was like, man, I was a picture of me feeding the ducks in our local duck pond. It's so nice to be able to feed the ducks on a Sunday instead of having to work. So I'm glad that I started this project, which has stopped me needing to work overtime for the first time in years. I got a much better response to that post, what are you doing, people in my inbox with the same problem, than I ever did from a whole bunch of other stuff that I'd tried. Because it was real to me, and it was what it had done for me, as opposed to what it is. No one wanted a list of ingredients or a list of features. What can it do for me in my life, Richard? So that's the kind of thing you want to mention. Also, consistency counts. If you're going hard at promotion for a week, and then disappearing and expecting results, that's not going to work. I don't know why, but there seems to be a 3-week lag in pretty much anything you do in our industry. Like if you prospect really hard for 3 weeks, on the 4th week, you tend to start to see some movement. If you promote really hard for 3 weeks, and when I mean hard, I mean consistently. I don't mean beat people with your message. I mean be smart with it, but consistent. Then on the 4th week, you will probably start to see some movement. It's just weird how that happens. So make sure, like with most habits, in fact, at least 21 days you're committing to what you're about to do with your promotion. Otherwise, how will you even know what works? This is for a day, that's for a day, 2 days inconsistency, this for a day, that for a day, 3 days inconsistency. You'll have no idea what works. Even if you stumble on it, you'll have no idea where that came from. It's not structured enough. And then the final thing is moving away from that what, move more towards who and how. A lot of people think that network marketing will be okay with random people. People message anybody after that. That's the same with promotion. It just won't work. If you're putting your promotional message in front of the wrong people, or you're diluting it down to meet the needs of everybody, you'll get nobody. Start to think of a particular type of person that it makes sense for you to promote to, and it makes sense for them to join your business or buy your product. Start to manage your messaging and manage your promotional messages to meet their needs, to identify their problems, to raise their curiosities. You'd be better off getting a whole slice of a decent piece of the pie than just looking at your mouth watering at everybody else's pie baking. You never even scrape the crust because you're not driving any depth. And then how you go about things too. If someone shows some interest in your promotions, how do you handle that? You're like, oh my goodness, I've got one. Like fishing for the first time. And you're really unprofessional. That's not going to do you any favors. Make sure you understand, okay, how I'm going to go about this if someone says, I'd like to know more. Have you got a personalized presentation? Have you got a system in place? Because if you don't, you're just creating attention to waste it. And that's a waste of your time. So have a conversion mechanism in place. That will help you be more confident in your promotions, and it will help you to say, you know what, I did my best with that person, whether they joined or not. I can feel good about what I did. I'm sure I'm going to get a breakthrough soon. Maybe it's quicker than you even thought. So was that helpful? Was that useful advice? I gave you a good 3 or 4 different points there that you can use. Hopefully you think it's good information, and I hope to see and hear about you doing well with it. As I mentioned, if you like my training, check out my Facebook group. You're welcome to join. It's free. And as I always say, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. If you're a subscriber, I'll speak to you again soon. Have a fantastic day, and bye for now.